Let's get it, man. This is Dirty Solo. Shut 'em down radio. Shut 'em down radio.
Double K to the O. This is DOCKKO. He is a music producer, self-taught musician, an MC, and also an entrepreneur. Yes, sir. So what's good, man? Let's get into a little bit about your background and, you know, why you transitioned into music, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. So, like, you know, I grew up in the DMV out in Maryland. DMV stands for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I currently reside in PG County inside Fairmont Heights, Maryland. And started me making music. I can give you like a short little story, whatever, like my history. I had a elementary school teacher. And at the end of the year, she asked us, we had to do a project in order to graduate, you know, to the next level. So what she did was she gave us the option to either write in the paper or recording. And that what started me on my whole venture of music, man. So I ended up recording the song. We had an RCA radio, right? And at that time, that radio had came with a mic. So I used my grandmother's mic and her radio, and I recorded the beat offline, right? I recorded it offline until the cassette tape. And then I had a whole nother tape on a whole nother radio, right? And I played the beat from the RCA radio. I had the other mic, and I recorded it. That was my first vocal recording session, I can say.
So, yeah,
that
you know what? I got
a
a similar
whole chain of events, my brother.
Dope. I got a similar story to that. Because back you know, when I first started trying to make music and all that, what ended up happening is similar story, man. We had to use tape deck to tape that. So what I did is like I didn't have drums. I didn't have real drums. So I got the you know, a garbage can, turned it upside down, so that was my bass. Then I taped newspaper. Yeah, I taped newspaper to the bed, right? Had some real drumsticks. So what I did is I recorded the bass by itself first, rewound that tape, threw it in another tape deck, recorded the little snare. Man,
see, but
so
that
I
makes
feel you. So
hell yeah, man. Like, that really makes you appreciate the art of music. See what I'm saying? Because that's how our ancestors created this whole genre. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Out of nothing.
Yep.
You know.
Out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. So, man, we got 2 tracks for you. But before we get into those tracks, first let me just put them out there. The first track is Chocolate Baby, and then the other one is Sweet Tip, which is featuring NRE. One second. Yep. I kind of massacred the last name a little bit, but NRE Mahalo. There we go.
Yeah.
See?
It's all great.
Yeah, man. So, but before we get into that, man, what I'm always curious about, first of all, well, one, you're kind of a new artist. 2, you're a self-taught musician. So it says in your bio, it talks about piano, percussion, string instruments. Man, which instrument is your one instrument that you always go to? So for me, I love the piano sound. I just can't get away from the sound of a good piano. So if I'm working on concepts or whatever, I go straight to the piano. Where do you go? You know what I mean? What is your thing?
Okay, let's see. I can honestly say I started off on a drum, right? The snare drum particularly. I love the way that sound in the pop.
Yeah, so do I.
But what grew on me, because I didn't have knowledge of anything. After that, I said, what? This goes to another setup. It's called a drum set, right? So
there we
drum
go.
set is my first love. And then right after that, it got to be the keys, my brother, because I had to teach everything to myself inside the dark. So that's how I learned how to play everything, and that's how I learned how to play the piano inside the dark, hearing people like Ryan Leslie and all these great artists, try to compare myself to them. So that's the the whole moral of that story.
Yep, I can relate to that. So what is your, and I know this, whenever I ask this question, I'd be like, what are you listening to? What's in your Spotify right now? Everybody be like, I ain't listening to nobody. And I know y'all listening to something. Because you sing and you rap. Okay, yeah, for sure. Give me like 3 or 4. First of all, let's break it down. Give me 3 or 4 singers, you know what I mean, that you believe just have raw talent. Give me. And they could be famous. They could be not famous. I may not know them, but it don't matter.
Okay. Okay, so the 3 artists right now, number 1 at the top is Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Pink Floyd has a heavy influence on the way I do music because they creative. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Secondly is Ron Leslie.
Yep.
He got the piano skills down packed, my brother. And
yeah.
Let me see, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, specifically for the metaphors and the way he changed rap.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 3 artists that's consistently inside my playlist. Those are the go-tos when I go to work out, when I'm stressed out and things like that.
Now, that's interesting. So Pink Floyd, Ryan Leslie.
Pink Floyd, Ryan Leslie, and Lil Wayne. 3 different lanes, totally.
It is. So, no, I appreciate that because that's what it takes to get that diversity and,
exactly.
a little bit of culture outside of the culture is what they say.
Uh-huh.
What about, so now we're flipping from singers over to rappers because you kind of handle both sides of it. Give me, well, Lil Wayne could almost be, he would be probably the first MC or first rapper.
Yeah.
How about,
he's the first
2
MC.
other rappers.
Yeah.
Give me 2
Okay, so
others.
we need 2 other rappers right now. Let's see. I can honestly say 2 Chainz do his thing. I really fucks with 2 Chainz, man. And I gotta go with Tupac.
Okay.
I want to go with Tupac and Biggie because to me they like one entity when it comes down to hip hop. Like music. Like you can't name one without the other. So I kind of cheated. So I'm gonna have to name 4, man. So I'm gonna have to say Tupac, Biggie, Wayne, and 2 Chainz.
Okay, we can do that. So good.
Definitely.
So what about your inspirations as far as I guess what ended up happening is that you started playing music around the age of 10. So and according to what I've researched, your grandparents were a big influence on morals and ethics and all that. Is there anybody else that was? Who else was? Well, okay. So let's talk about them. How were they influential on where you are today?
Okay, so my grandmother, she laid a foundation for being strong and like consistently working. Like she's been at a job for over 60 years. So that instilled in me a certain type of mentality that say you can never quit. See what I'm saying? Always do what you got to do to make your ends meet. Just because it's getting hard don't mean you got to cry and show these tears. You got to suck it up and do what you have to do to be successful inside his life. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
And my grandfather, he's he was an 18-wheeler truck driver. He drive all the way across the world in a year. See what I'm saying? He was gone from his house for a year. He drove to every state, came back to make a way for his family. So me growing up and watching those things instilled in me morals. See what I'm saying? You have to do what you have to do to make your life and your dream possible. Because you can't depend on nobody but yourself at the end of the day. Everybody else is there as a tool to make everything go smoothly, but at the end of the day, that's your vision, and you have to do everything inside your power to make that possible.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
that's
sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
So where do you see yourself a year from now?
A year from now,
right now
I see myself.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, so a year from now, I see myself with not one but multiple studios in different high-key areas with a lot of artists like Atlanta, LA, and things like that. Because I'm not just an artist, I'm a businessman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I had my own studio years ago inside of a mall. So I have a mindset that's different. So I want a studio in most of the hottest states, and I want to open that up to have avenues for the younger kids. Like, they don't have to pay for the hours. All you got to do is come and be happy to share your talent with the world. That's all I'm trying to do. So in a year from now, I want to have studios. I want to have, studios and laundromats. It sounds odd, but I know that I have to keep my money flowing at all times. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So definitely, man.
Yep. So that laundromat, you ain't filtering money, are you?
Nah. See, I might have to watch some of the bloody monies, but other than that, like, I ain't gonna be.
You know what?
You funny, man.
I ain't never heard nobody. Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody say that. They'd be like, "Look, I want studios and I want laundromats." But I will say this: I'll say this: if you look at,
yes, sir.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. And one prime example of that
longevity
is Shaquille. It's longevity, but look at Shaquille O'Neal. You know the history behind Shaquille O'Neal and what he's into right now.
Nah, man, break it down to me, brother.
He's got. Hold on one second. Shaquille O'Neal. First of all, you know he ain't playing basketball no more. So if you don't know that one, then that's a problem. But he also has probably, how many degrees does he have? I think he has a doctorate degree. He got a master's degree. He got this and that. But on top of that, he owns probably 40 or 50 different businesses. Check this out.
Yeah.
Look, here's a few fast facts. So whenever you tell anybody that you want studios and you want laundromats, all you got to do is reference this. This dude owns, he's a joint owner of 155 Five Guys burger restaurants, right? Joint owner, 155 restaurants. 17, he's co-owner of 17 pretzel restaurants.
Yeah,
bro,
really?
We ain't done. Look, he owns 150 car washes, right?
Wow.
Get this, part owner of 40, not 4, 40 24-hour fitness centers. And we ain't done. A movie theater, Las Vegas nightclubs. He owns all of this. So
that's how
the
you
laundromat is just the laundromat will be a longevity thing for you, but it's also going to be a stepping stone for you too. You're going to have a laundromat, and then you're going to have a restaurant, and then you know. So I appreciate the aspiration. Yeah.
I was in college. I had a sorry to cut you off. Brief story.
No,
I had I was going to college for music, and somebody had told me that I had a chance to go to culinary arts because I can cook real good too. So I had to pick between music and my culinary arts. I had like a scholarship to go on to school for culinary arts, but music was my love, so I went to full Art Institute of Washington instead. So it's way deeper than music for me. So the restaurant's definitely coming soon. Everything is just gotta, go to the plan and stay prayed, man. Stay prayed up.
You know what's interesting is that yesterday we had a interview with Danielle Black. She's a rapper, singer, songwriter. She's out in the Bronx, out in New York.
Shout out to Bronx, man.
Her background is culinary also. That's where she started, and she transitioned from culinary to rapping, basically rapping recipes. And then she became small world, full-on artist. So what's interesting about this is as soon as I heard you singing, I was like, you know what? They need to link up. Now you can't quote me on that, and you can't use that as like a guarantee. But I think that you two would make a dynamic duo because her lyrical skills are actually pretty fresh, and your singing skills are beyond, and I think that meshed together would be pretty dope. Yeah, it'd be pretty dope.
I appreciate that, man.
Because I'm talking and I keep talking, I need to stop and we got to get on one of these songs. So this first track that we're going to feature from you is Chocolate Baby. So everybody that's listening, stay tuned because that's what's coming up right now.
Let's get it.
I'm a chocolate baby, it's on my DNA.
Down Radio, we back online with DOCKKO. We just featured this song, Chocolate Baby, which actually is a very fun track with a catchy sound. Man, I did get to check out the video as well previously to this call, and actually pretty nice, man. Those visuals actually match. Yeah, you did a good job on that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be shooting another supposed to be shooting another video for Chocolate Baby, and I'd be in this one. See what I'm saying? But we had to put something together real fast because of the COVID. Yep. So since we couldn't get people to show up at the event, we had to put something up together. So, but now we're definitely gonna drop another one with like a few sponsors and everything like that. I had everything looking nice for y'all, man.
Yeah, no, it works. I mean, even what you had up there worked. I mean, I could tell that there was some stock stuff in there, but it works, man. I ain't gonna say I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of nice right here. So, man. So, what was the inspiration for Chocolate Baby? Like the reason why it was written, or
okay, so here go the whole rundown. Like I got stories for everything, man. My life is a story, man. So I meditate a lot. I consider myself as a conscious person. So when I get my beats, especially beats that I think that's deeper has a deeper meaning or like a for like the word and things like that, I normally meditate on. So what I did was I meditated for a whole day over that beat, and then when I woke up the next day, when I pressed play and I pressed record, that first track, I just said, I'm a chocolate baby, it's in my DNA, because I try to allow the universe to use me as a vessel. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a certain message that they have to receive. So that's what I asked from the universe. So those are my first words that came out of my mouth. I'm a chocolate baby, it's in my DNA. But it's not about black or white. So a lot of people think that it's about black or white. It's not about black and white. It's about the DNA. I just so happen to be black. But I'm telling everybody in the world that love your DNA, love where you come from, who you come from, love your ancestors, and just be bright, man. And be the brightest star you can be inside this galaxy.
Yep. Feel that.
Definitely, my brother.
So what was the inspiration behind the title? Because the project title is Elohim.
Elohim. Yeah.
Elohim. Okay.
That's the Hebrew name for God. So, the title, the influence from the title is showing that, the music sounds good, but I know something. See what I'm saying? I know that this is a name for God, and it's Hebrew at that. So I have a little bit of knowledge base, and I know what I'm talking about. So that's the whole basic of it. To show that God rules over all dominions, man. Whether it's any race or religion, it's still the utmost power. So that's why I chose that name. Breaking barriers, man. Right. Breaking chains.
Yep. For sure. So then we also have this track called Freak Tip, which is the feature with Indari Mahalo. So how did you connect with her on that? Let's talk about that prior to us actually playing that.
Okay, so the basis of that story was my label owner, the owner of Dogface Records, he found, I call him OG, but his name H. He found the artist. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know much about that story, but he found an artist, and the beat was placed in front of her, and it just worked wonders from there. So I didn't really have no input over the hook. She did her own thing on the hook, and then I did my thing on the verses, and it was just like perfect chemistry from there.
Yeah. So now, in that situation, she was basically scouted out. Who is it that you want to actually work with? Like, give me a couple of people that you hear that you would love to collab with.
It's tons.
Oh, I bet.
There's tons of people in the industry.
Just give me a little snippet.
Let's see. So anybody, or like singers or rappers, or just
it don't matter.
Anybody.
We ain't talking specific genre. Yeah, just anybody.
Chance the Rapper is one of them. Kanye West, because he's so controversial. People that got things to do, like bigger than life things, conscious things, like Kid Cudi, Travis Scott. Let's see, A$AP Rocky. You know, have you ever heard of Key from Atlanta? Key, K-E-Y.
That name is familiar, but I can't say for sure at this moment.
Yeah. You're like an indie rapper from Atlanta. I want to work with Key, whole bunch of people, man. Wale, you know, of course, because he's from DMV. Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Timberland, everybody that, you know, was pioneers from here, and they set the bar for the DMV, man.
Yeah, definitely that foundation is there.
Definitely Timberland and Missy Elliott and Pharrell, though, for sure. Those are the top three.
Yeah, they would be on my top list for sure.
Yeah.
So man, for everybody listening out there, once again we got DOCKKO on the line, music producer, self-taught musician, entrepreneur, all that. So we actually featured this first song already, Chocolate Baby. Now we're going to get into this track called Freak Tip, which is featuring Miss Indari Mahalo.
Let's go. Get it.
Check. Shut 'em down radio.
Yes,
we're back online with DOCKKO. Yeah, man, this song is actually pretty fresh. It sounds catchy.
Appreciate it.
Sounds smooth. You know what I mean? So I think y'all made a good good collaboration. So I would definitely like to see more.
Hell yeah.
Get on that. Get on that.
For sure,
hey, yeah,
for
so
he's real smooth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. So we kind of out of time right now, but what I want to do is before we get out of here, I want you to give a couple shout outs. You can put Shut 'Em Down Radio somewhere in that list. Do that right now.
Hey, man, I want to give a big shout out to Dogface Records, man. I want to give a shout out to Shut 'Em Down Radio. Everybody that's listening at home, everybody that's staying blessed up and prayed up, man. I was gonna wish y'all the best out there, man, and God bless. Thank y'all for listening.
Yep, I appreciate that. One more thing, give everybody your social media handles and all that, where they can find you.
Okay. Hey, so every time y'all log on to Instagram and Facebook, make sure y'all go and follow Dogface Music on Instagram and Facebook, and follow me at DOCKKO's Music on Facebook and Instagram, everywhere on all platforms, man.
Yep. All right, I appreciate that, man. So we out of here, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. We could definitely link up with you. Yeah, man, we can link up with you and catch you on your next release and see what's going on. But for now, we out of here. Appreciate having you, and man, we'll be in touch.
For sure, man. Be blessed, man.
All right, thank you. Peace.
100%.